I take the reading from Jesus, Buddha, Krishna, and Lao Tzu, little book, compiled by Richard Hooper. The words of Krishna: whatever you do, whatever you eat, whatever you offer in sacrifice, whatever you give away, whatever renunciation you practice, know that you do these things as an offering to me. The words of Buddha: if you do not care for each other, who will? When you take care of others, when you care for the sick, you are caring for me as well. The words of Lao Tzu: the world is transformed by those who love all people just as you love yourself. I'll read that one again. The world is transformed by those who love all people just as you love yourself. Today's speaker is a leader, a teacher, a minister. She just does it all, really. And so I'm going to introduce, well, her talk is I See My World Filled with Love. So let's welcome Reverend Mary Ann Kelley. Good, thank you.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
We have sun today. Sun shining. Isn't that nice? It's still chilly out there. And we may get some rain this afternoon.
We'll see.
Well, I see my world filled with love. In 1 John 3:18, in the New King James Version of the Bible, we hear, "My little children, let us not love in word and tongue, or in tongue, but in deed and in truth." And from the Science of Mind, the 365 Science of Mind, a yearly daily inspiration and wisdom from Ernest Holmes, we find, since God is love, and God is all in all, love must be the underlying principle of life. Therefore, in all of us. This life is my life. This life is your life. This love is my love, and this love is your love. It's the very essence of our being. Love heals everything. Everything. It is the very essence of our being, and it heals everything, every imperfection of mind and body or of environment. My love alone overcomes hatred or anger or envy or criticism. Where love is, there is no room for negative emotion. Love is the great adjuster. Oh, and he's still speaking. This is Ernest Holmes now. I know that love is harmony and peace and joy. It is all good. In it is all good, all that is true and all that is beautiful. It is perfect balance and perfect poise. I empty my mind and heart of all but love. I let love express in me and through me. I let love flow out of my world of thought and action, out into my world of thought and action. I am love. The love in me shines forth as harmony, peace, joy, freedom, and wisdom. Love binds me to the whole creation. I find fulfillment through loving. I find fulfillment. Wise man, Ernest. Oh, Ernie, wise man. So in 1 Corinthians 13 in the King James Version, the greatest gift we find, though I speak in tongues of men and of angels, but have not love, I have become as a sounding brass or a clanging cymbal. That's an instrument that's out of tune, and that's not very good. Though I have a gift of prophecy and understanding all mysteries and all knowledge, and though I have all faith so that I could remove mountains, but have not love, I am nothing. And although I bestow all my goods to feed the poor, and I give all my body to be burned, but have not love, it profits me nothing. Love suffers long. What that means is love is patient and is kind. Love does not envy. Love does not parade itself. It is not puffed up. It does not behave rudely. It does not seek its own. It is not selfish. It is not provoked. Thinks no evil, but rejoices, but does not rejoice in iniquity, and that would be lies, but rejoices in the truth. Bears all things, believes all things, hopes all things, and endures all things. And what that means is it looks beyond what seems to be. It looks beyond these human appearances and sees and feels the divine that is within all of us, the divine love, which is the consciousness of the Spirit which created everything that we see and everything of which we are aware. It is in everything. So, but love never fails, but rather whether there is prophecy, that will fail. Whether there are tongues, they will cease. Whether there is knowledge, it will vanish away. For we know in part, and we prophesy in part. But that which is perfect, but when that which is perfect has come, that which is in part will be gone. In other words, the prophecies and the current knowledge will fade away. And new knowledge will come. Love endures. Love is the thing that endures, and it never ends. And this is the permanence, the signals of love that says love has priority. Love is the thing that endures. Thank God for that. When I was a child, I spoke as a child. I understood as a child. I thought as a child. When I became a man, I put away the childish things. For now I see in a mirror, dimly, but then face to face. Now I know in part, but I shall know just as I also know. So when Paul uses the analogy of the child's mind versus the adult's mind here, and explain the contrast between understanding and the present understanding and the understanding to come in the new age. So we are in the process of the new age. So what we knew as a child and what we've known in the old world changes. We get new ideas all the time. So we don't want to be stuck in our mindset now. So now abide faith, hope, and love, these three. But the greatest of these is love. Faith, hope are fulfilled when we move into the next realm of existence. They're fulfilled then. Faith and hope, because there we are. Love continues into eternity. It never ends. It never ends. And therefore, it is the greatest of all the three. So divine love is impersonal. It loves for the sake of loving. It does absolutely loves for the sake of loving. And it's not concerned with what or who it loves. Nor is it concerned with whether that love is returned or not. It's like the sun. Its joy is in the shining of its nature, as is read in 1 Corinthians 13:4. Love is the inner quality that sees only good in everywhere and in everyone. It sees beyond the appearances. It sees beyond the appearances to the perfect goodness, the blessing behind the seeming injustice. Love sees no need to forgive or to heal, because it knows that in every event there is a blessing. Every person is in reality doing the very best that they know how in every situation. The very best that we know how, always. love knows how to claim the blessing behind the seeming appearance. Whenever we get into a situation and realize that God is right there, we can claim the good behind whatever seems to be going on, whatever it is. And that's part of becoming one with the divine love, that divine love that resides within all of us, that wonderful, beautiful place where we make our lives healthy and loving and clears away any misunderstanding at all. And so we can live in a happy, harmonious way where there is love. And that fulfills the law. Love fulfills the law. So, do we always see ourselves as filled with love? At this stage of our understanding, we know that we fall short of that sometimes. But we do strive. We do try for that divine love that resides within us. We do our best. And for this, we need to understand that if we fall short, it's okay. We can go to our divine self, take ourselves back. We can recognize that maybe we have fallen short. We can step back. We can go into our meditation. We can be one with the divine, because we are. That's who we are. We are one with the divine. Where else could it live? If it's everywhere present, the divine, the creator, where is it not? There is nowhere the divine is not. There's nowhere God is not. It has to be that God is love. God is everywhere present, even within everyone, no matter who. Everyone has a place and a purpose. And behind every seeming injustice, there is a blessing. So we need to look beyond that. As Jesus did when he healed everyone. He didn't see a sick man. He didn't see a leper. He saw a perfect and whole person as that person was created. As that person was inside in the divine part of that person. And what he did was he evoked that to come and present itself in the world. Present itself to the person. And he did that when he said to them, go show yourself to the priest. Go wash yourself in the pond. Take up your bed and walk. He did that when he saw the water as wine. Because you see, it's all one. It's all one. Everything and everyone is the same. And we are connected. I like to think of myself as a cell in the body of the divine. A cell in the body of the divine. And so are you. We are all cells. We are all expressing the best and the highest that we know how to do. So when we love, we make a daily practice to commune with that love, with that divine within it. We call it meditation. And when we allow ourselves to do this on a daily basis, we continually are renewing our place in the divine order. We have, and then we can do our spiritual mind treatments. That's where we recognize that God is within all of us. God is right here, right now. And that we co-create with God. And so if we want a loving world, we need to create that from within ourselves. Can't be from another person. It has to be right here. That's our part. Our part. We recognize that we are continually creating in some way. Every thought that we think, every idea that we have, every word that we speak, every act that we do is a prayer. And is creative. And it creates for us what we experience out here. So there's no blame to be had. Never blame yourself or anyone else, because there's no blame to be had. There's only perfection everywhere now, as we're told in our textbook, Being a Christ. It came from Babaji. He told us perfection everywhere now. Jesus tells us perfection everywhere now, and that comes from the channeling from the Brotherhood of the Followers of the Present Jesus. He still speaks to us if we but listen. If we but listen. Because he tells us that he is our brother and not to be put on a shelf. He is our brother. He is our way shower. And what he does, he says, the things that he does, even greater shall we do. Where do we want to come from? If we want to come from this place of love, then we do that. We can do that. And stop the finger point. No little finger point. So, we recognize that we do these things. We have prayer, we have meditation, and we have prayer. In meditation, we listen to what Spirit has to say to us. We listen. In prayer, we speak our word. And those words come from the ideas, the divine ideas that are planted in our meditation that we may not recognize when we're doing the meditation, but later on we see a desire to do something, to be something, to have something. And then we say our prayers for that, because it is a divine desire. And it just comes to us from the divine love that is within us. So then we release any false appearances in our prayers. We release them, we let them go. And we replace them with the divine love and the divine desire, whatever it is. Then we allow ourselves to turn to channeling. The third, or the triune. There's always a triune, have you noticed that? So we have meditation, prayer, and channeling. Now channeling is what happens when we all of a sudden speak things, write things, understand things that we couldn't know any other way except coming through the divine mind. The divine mind has kicked in. And you turn around and say, who said that? And there's no one there. It came from divine mind. We say, thank you, wonderful God. Then by allowing ourselves to use all of these truths, and by channeling these truths, through writing and speaking and actions, then we become the divine love. And we begin to express that in our outer life, in spite of ourselves sometimes, but actually because of ourselves, because of who we are. Love is the only power, is truly the only power. And when we finally understand this in the depths of our being, we will see our world filled with love. Because that's the truth of our being. We're filled with love. And so, take a look around you at the people in the room. This room is filled with love. And our world can be filled too. But we don't have the responsibility for the whole world. We have the responsibility for our part of the world. So as we go out and spread that love and be that love, and so let go of any seeming injustices. Let them go. They have no power over us except what we give it. And we let it go. Release, forgive, and let go. And in its place, let us put love. And in this way, we will see love in our whole world, every day, and in every way. And so, let it be. So it is, and so we let it be. Thank you for coming. Amen. Tune in again next week.